Sup, everybody? It's D's. I got a reaction. I'm about to react. Ben Shapiro, I guess he's debating with a student, and I guess he starts going crazy. I guess from the student gets mad, and because it starts losing debate. But I want to see. It's like 5 minutes, so we're gonna go. Let's go straight into it. If you're gonna go to a debate, you can't get mad, man. I say that all the time. I don't know why people, when they're trying to have a debate and people starts getting all aggressive, start cussing, usually you lose, man. Like 99% when you start cussing, unless the person cussing back. But gotta know what you're saying. Maybe because you don't know that much. Maybe you don't know anything and just found out that you don't make no sense. So anyways, let's go into it.
Before I ask my question, so do you come from Holocaust survivors, or are you a Jewish family that didn't?
So my great-great-grandparents arrived here. A lot of our extended family was killed in the Holocaust, but our immediate
Your
family
great-great-grandparents, but not your grandparents.
Right.
Oh, do you have friends whose grandparents were Holocaust survivors or anything like that?
Of course, many of them. Yeah, I've helped write memoirs of Holocaust survivors.
Yeah. Their families are kind of messed up, right? Like my family is very messed up.
I mean, if you go through a trauma like the Holocaust, I would imagine
they teach that trauma between generations. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, trauma very often in a lot of circumstances is passed down. I mean, I know some kids of Holocaust survivors who turned out fantastic and some who didn't. I mean,
Yeah. Okay, so you are officially woke. That is what wokeness is about. It's like,
Dude, okay. Oh man, I'm gonna keep going though, but I'm just kind of, I think I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to don't mind. Keep going.
people's grandparents or their...
Or just because what happened to his great grandparents, now he has to be depressed. I think he was gonna try to say that. Just like me, man. I have stuff. My great grandparents, they're from Mexico, the Philippines and stuff, and they talk about, well, especially my great grandparents. My great grandpa, he's still alive. What's my step great grandpa? But still, he was born from the Philippines, moved over here, and he talks about from the Philippines when he grew up. And he say, man, he don't talk about that like, oh my goodness, I'm so depressed. Nah, he just said, I love America. You don't understand. I don't want to go back where I'm from. It was poor. You don't want to know. So I'm like, dude, listen.
Great-grandparents were slaves.
Well, it's okay. No, it's okay. Guys,
Fuck you, I'm talking.
Guys, I actually want to hear. I want to hear.
No, this
it's
guy,
okay. It's okay. I want to hear. Let's at least hear the argument. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Go.
What? He wants to hear me.
I do want to hear it. It's fine. Let him go. Let's hear it.
Come on.
So explain how that's
go. Just go.
So,
come on.
I mean, the whole thing is like, let's see. So during Silent Calvin Coolidge's administration, do you know about like the Great Mississippi Flood back in the 1930s?
I understand that American history is filled with racial evil.
Yeah. And that causes some intergenerational trauma, which affects people's ability to be effective, things like that.
Fine. So let me ask you a question.
So something that happens like freaking 80 years ago or longer than that is gonna affect you right now and your family? No, man. No.
Yeah.
Why? So if the idea is
longer than that, actually.
History has consequences. Of course, that's true. That's not wokeness.
Yeah.
That is not wokeness. What wokeness suggests is that fundamental institutions in American society
it doesn't.
Yes, it 100% does.
I ran Elizabeth Warren's campaign. I helped organize her volunteers around here. I am a representative of wokeness.
Okay. Well,
and that's this is all it is.
Well,
I when I went to go get my first tattoo, the guy had lightning bolts and 88s tattooed on his neck. And as a Jewish person,
88, what'd he get right there? Larry Bird. What was that, Larry Bird? That's when of the Boston they won. Was it 88 or 87? Something like that. I don't know, man. What else was 88? Bo Jackson. What else is 80? I don't know. I just like some sports stuff, huh? Anyway, let's keep going.
That's really messed up. It's basically a
stop
threat.
it.
There are racist people who exist. The argument that you're making, and I'm going to close with this because this is going in weird directions, and I don't really want to.
No, it's not.
I don't really want to get. Just hold up a second. I let you get out your arguments, and now it's time for me to respond because I let you say the full argument.
Okay, I'll let you respond, but
no, not but. Now's my turn.
You are not characterizing what I'm saying accurately.
Now it's my turn. Your definition is inaccurate. The reason your definition is inaccurate is because any sentient human being would acknowledge that history has consequences.
Right.
But if the idea is, but that's not what wokeism is. Wokeism is a different thing. Wokeism suggests that all inequalities of today are attributable to not only historic injustices, but also continuing injustices in the now, and that all disparity is attributable to discrimination. Not just that.
Dude, why don't you listen, man? Come on, you're getting irritated now because you're not letting him talk. I want to listen to what he's saying, and then come back to back like that. Oh, you're gonna come over here cussing and stuff and talking about all this 80, 100 years ago, saying blaming, and you should always be depressed. Basically, trying to say, dude, shut the hell up, man. You look alright for me. What the heck you mean?
Is the only person.
Not just I want brainwashed.
I want to know why. Why is it that conservatives are the only people who define it like that? Why are conservatives the only people?
Okay, so we're gonna have to stop here because this is going nowhere. But
what's up?
I'm gonna have to stop with you because this is going nowhere. All I'm going to say is this. To sum up,
I just am trying to understand your perspective. Just one more second. On a fundamental level, you're shifting definitions to avoid the consequences of your own argument. And if the idea is, final point, if you're going to hold on.
Now that's being rude because you're not letting him finishing what he's saying. He lets you talking about it, but for you're talking and it doesn't make no sense to be trying to say one basically have to be depressed. And then everybody just boo you, and then you got all mad. And then he's trying to say something about it, and you keep on interrupting, man. Come on, what how? If you're this.
Also, just final point to sum up there. Final point to sum.
I can follow that.
Yeah, one more. I just want to make honestly. I want to make one final point to sum up there. If the idea is that traumas of the past invariably bleed down into the present, that does not explain why certain groups that have been historically not only marginalized but slaughtered in mass genocide are some of the most successful groups in our society. So if the idea is that past trauma always equals current inequality, or that my actions in, say, robbing a convenience store are attributable to bad actions that happened in Alabama in 1930, the answer to that is no. Don't rob the convenience store. The only way they are going to be able to break the chain of history is to make good decisions. What people on the left don't like to talk about is actual solutions. What they like to do is bitch about problems that existed 60 years ago and blame those for failures to solve them now.
For real. I wish he could go over there and listen to that, but he don't want to listen to that stuff. He just want to go, monkey shit, but nobody understand who it is. Oh man, I'm depressed. My people pissed. No, stop it. You're just don't understand what really depressed is. Like, talking about 80 years ago, 70 years, whatever it is, a long time ago, and you're trying to make a debate about it that has no debate. Man, you have to see yourself in the mirror and say, oh, are you really that depressed, or are you just soft? And you probably just soft. That's what it is. Give me the comments, something you think about this, man. That's crazy. People really thinking like that. And really, they really do. They just listen to anything, and they don't put no information. It's crazy. All right, man. Like, subscribe, show love. All right, peace.